1-800-869-4499. The DOJ Inspector General.
The hotline for the Department of Justice, Office of the Inspector General. To report what you believe to be wrongdoing by employees of the Department of Justice or within the Department of Justice or its programs, please listen carefully to the following 4 options. If your complaint relates to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Drug Enforcement Administration, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the Federal Bureau of Prisons, the U.S. Marshal Service, the U.S. Attorney's Office, or to any other office or division or program within the U.S. Department of Justice, please press 1. You may file your complaint by mailing it to this address: U.S. Department of Justice, Office of the Inspector General Hotline, Investigations Division, 950 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest, Suite 4706, Washington, D.C., 20530, or by faxing the complaint to 202-616-9881, or by sending the online form at the Department of Justice OIG website at www.usdoj.gov/OIG. If you'd like to hear this information again, please press star. If you'd like to speak with someone, please press 9. Wait while I transfer your call. Office of Inspector General.
Hello, my name is Rudy Davis, R-U-D-Y Davis, and my phone number is 972-839-9848. And is this the information? Is this the number where I call to report wrongdoing within the Bureau of Prisons?
Yes, sir, it is. However, this line, we can't take any information over the phone. We can only advise you that if you would like to submit a complaint about the BOP, it does have to be submitted in writing.
Okay.
Either mail that to us, fax it, or submit it on our online webpage.
Okay, it's going to be a book. I have a prison ministry, and I interact with lots of people within the federal penitentiary system, and there is a lot of illegal activity going on, and I'll be writing a letter to the address that you mentioned, and there's been murders and false incident reports and people blocking people's communication privileges, returning of mail, and like I said, I've got so many instances of wrongdoing. It's going to take a long time to write it all up, but I will start that.
Yes, sir, sorry to interrupt. In that case, if you do have a large amount of documents, you can actually send this to one of our field offices.
Okay.
What state is there a facility specific in mind, or
there's 3 I'd like to start with. We have one in Marion, Illinois. That's a CMU, and the other one is in Terre Haute, Indiana. That's a CMU, and the other one is USP McCreary in Kentucky.
Yes, so those all fall under our Chicago field office. I can give you their phone number.
Okay.
I'd like to talk to them about it and also talk to them about sending them this information, okay?
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for that number?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's 312.
Yep.
886.
Yep.
7050.
Okay. I'm just curious, did you ever see the movie Spotlight? It was about in Boston, and they found some pedophile priest, and they were shocked to find one, and then they They eventually like found hundreds, and that's exactly the situation I'm in. I'm telling you that there is a lot of wrongdoing going on in the Bureau of Prisons. I can document it, and I've got evidence of it, and I would like to report it. And I have a prison ministry that I've been running for several years, and I just feel like I need to tell somebody about all this. And I believe there has been some murders and some torture and some cover-ups going on that need to be exposed. And I will give the Chicago field office a call.
Yes, sir, and they may be able to help you more over the phone than I can here.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. If you guys want to help me report this to the Inspector General, his name is Michael E. Horowitz, and I will call the Chicago field office as well. But we know that Robert David Neal was murdered in the CMU under the wardenship and the responsibility of Warden J.R. Bell. That needs to be reported by the public because they're going to brush that under the rug and try to act like it never happened. And we know that Robert David Neal was on the verge of winning a lawsuit against Charles E. Samuels Jr., the BOP director. He was the BOP director, the head dude in the Bureau of Prisons, and Robert David Neal was about to win a lawsuit, and then all of a sudden he gets murdered in a CMU prison. CMU prisons all by themselves, are illegal. We have a letter from Congress stating that they were put together without the proper funding and oversight of the American people. And we also have many, many, many instances of return letters, banning of this Christian prison ministry and myself and my wife, and I have other people that have been banned from communicating at all with Schaefer Cox, Russell Landers, and Kurt Johnson, as well as anybody else in both CMU prisons. And then let's not forget about David Hinkson, who they recently wrote false incident reports on and claimed that I'm running a business with David Hinkson in order to throw him in the hole and in order to take away his communication privileges so that we cannot not advocate for his innocence. There are, this particular Inspector General probably only is interested in federal prisons, but I got a lot of problems with what's going on in state prisons as well. And we're not going to let this go unreported. I will begin writing letters to go off to the Inspector General, and we're going to report all this. And I pray that if you feel so inclined, you can report it as well. The address will be on your screen. Thank you for your time. All right, let's call this field office.
Department of Justice, how may I help you?
Hello, my name is Rudy Davis, R-U-D-Y Davis, D-A-V-I-S, and my phone number, just in case we get disconnected, is not the phone number I'm calling you on, but my phone number to reach me is 972-839-9848. 972-839-9848. And I run a prison ministry, and I called the Inspector General, I think his name is Michael E. Horowitz, office to report issues, illegal behavior within the Bureau of Prisons, like a whistleblower hotline, but they suggested that because the prisons that I'm reporting this on primarily is in Terre Haute, Indiana, Marion, Illinois, and USP McCreary, that it would be good to call you guys. I can certainly write letters too, but I can tell you over the phone what's going on if you're.
I can transfer you to the duty agents because they're the person that takes complaints and reports of misconduct. So,
okay.
Like I said, I can transfer you over to their phone, and you can tell them what you're complaining about.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Okay.
The party you are trying to reach is not available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Press the pound key to end recording.
Hello, my name is Rudy Davis, R-U-D-Y, Davis, D-A-V-I-S, phone number 972-839-9848, 972-839-9848. I have many reports of misconduct at the CMU in Terre Haute, Indiana, the CMU in Marion, Illinois, and a federal prison at USP McCreary in Kentucky with actual murder of Robert David Neal, and I believe that was done with the approval and the involvement of the institution, specifically Warden J.R. Bell. And I believe that Warden J.R. Bell has instigated banning me because I was shining light and making noise about innocent political prisoners. And I believe that Robert David Neal was murdered because he had a pending lawsuit against the BOP director, Charles E. Samuels Jr. I have letters and documentation from Robert David Neal before he was murdered in the CMU prison in Terre Haute, Indiana. I believe the Muslims were allowed to murder him and behead him. I believe that the innocent political prisoner Schaefer Cox, they have tried to silence him, and I had communicated with him hundreds of times, and a false report was used because I shared a letter from a man by the name of Keith Orr. Keith Orr is a black man in Florida, and he had received the gospel of Jesus Christ, and I told Schaefer that what a wonderful thing that Keith Orr had came to be a Christian. And they used my letter to Schaefer Cox to ban me and my wife from ever communicating with Schaefer Cox again. Another thing that I want to share with you is that in USP McCreary in Kentucky, there is a warden, and he has allowed a false incident report.
Thank you. Your message has reached its maximum duration. To send your message, press 3 or hang up. Your message has been sent. To access the voice portal, press the star key. To repeat this menu, press the pound key. To access the voice portal, press the star key. To repeat this menu, press the pound key.
All right, well, I left the message, and, you know, I'm going to get this warden's reported, Warden J.R. Bell, who allowed, probably instigated the murder of Robert David Neal in order to stop the lawsuit against BOP Director Charles E. Samuels Jr. I'm going to report Warden B. True for banning my communications illegally with false incident reports, and I'm also going to report this warden at USP McCreary in Kentucky. I believe his name is Ormond. It's hard to keep track of all these dang names. Yeah, it's Warden J. Ray Ormond. He's the one who decided that I'll never be able to communicate with David Hinks again. Warden J. Ray Ormond, O-R-M-O-N-D. And that's a false incident report saying that I was running a business with David Hinkson, which is a complete and utter lie. But all of this will be reported, and I'm sick and tired of all of these slanderous lies being told about these prisoners, all of these slanderous lies being told about me. And may God Almighty rain justice down upon the FBI and the Department of Justice, and may a lot of noise and a lot of light be shined about the illegal activities, including murder, banning of communications, torture of prisoners, and the trying to break the will of these prisoners with 24 points of Chinese thought reform. Thank you for your time.